Hello and welcome. So I was doing next with my friend Dardan. I'll have a link to his channel in the description below. So we got together, did next, and it's obviously really easy with all the abilities. Mostly because of the ultimate ability, Unload, which deals a percentage of the monster's HP, and damage on next is capped at 3000 for phase 1 through 4, and on the last phase, damage is capped at 2000. And just like in the live game where Ruby's is the best at next just because it deals a percentage of the monster's HP, which is like 500. While in the beta, the best ultimate ability is probably Unload, which deals 4 damage of 3000 damage each on next if it hits. It could still miss over 6 seconds. It requires a dual wielding weapon, which is great because a dual crossbow deals really good damage. Although I really don't like how you're going with short and fast weapons rather than like maybe the best. Which is kind of how next is in the live game, where you're going with like chaotic crossbow just because there's a 500 damage cap. So if you're using a maul, it wouldn't be better just because of the 500 damage cap. But if there were no cap, maul will probably be better. So while browsing the free shop at Lumbridge, I noticed they had a dragon crossbow, but yeah, there's dragon crossbow. It's a two-handed weapon, but you can use like maybe I think it was sapphire bolts or something. It was something very low, but you can't use like onyx bolts on it, which is weird. Then it's like it goes rune crossbow all the way up to dragon, but there's no chaotic crossbow, which is something I would really like to have since a dragon crossbow really has no point. Although I do like the dual wielding ultimate, which is Unload, which deals 4 damage with a percentage of the opponent's HP. While the two-handed crossbow, the ultimate on it isn't really that great. It's a single shot, but deals 30% of the opponent's HP. Also, they still have not fixed the Divine Ellie and Chaotic Kite Shield. I did a video on this, but I don't think I uploaded it yet. I was planning to, but then I did this duel with Dardan, so maybe I'll do it after this video. But basically, Chaotic Kite is in every way, well, practically every way, better than a Divine. A Divine and Ellie does not absorb any damage at all, and a Divine will not drain your prayer, which is not the same special that we have in the live game. This is probably a bug. I hope it is because if a divine has really like if a chaotic kite shield is better than a divine, then like why would anybody ever go core? But anyway, about the fight. On the first two phases, Nex's mage attack seems really bad. It splashes a lot, it doesn't hit too hard even with Soul Split on. And with the ultimates, especially the Unload ultimate, which if you're lucky, if they all hit, that's a 3000 times 4, which is a 12,000 damage, and you get to Soul Split all of that back as well as the damage you get from your other basic abilities. And pretty much the entire fight, I was still splitting, and for some reason, Nex kept tanking me instead of Dardan, even though he was further back. But this could be because I wasn't using Amulet of Range, I was using a Fury. I'm not entirely sure why I was tanking. And really, since everything got turned into armor bonus, I'm not entirely sure how defense is calculated anymore. So about the fight, we just save up our spec, use the unload spec when we can, and basically that's like 12,000 damage from each of us. Although one of the hits can miss because it's not a guaranteed hit. And each phase is, I think it was around 18k. I'm not entirely sure because there's just too many hits to count through. Oh, the thing I like is they finally fixed the familiars. Familiars can actually hit on next now. Like before, if you tried using Steel Titan on next, it will not hit ever. Oh, I'll be adding a clip where I get comboed at next from one of our earlier duel attempts. It was just because I couldn't get out of the prison, which hits really high, especially when it's comboed with one of Nex's mage attack, which hits really high. I think it was like a 8600. So the kill should be like practically done. I started around 15 seconds in, and it ended around 427. And for some reason, it didn't drop anything. And the weird thing about that is we didn't get EXP either. So since you get EXP when you kill something, I'm assuming the game didn't register that we actually killed next. And I've been hearing that this is the same problem with other God of War bosses, where you could kill the boss, it won't drop anything. And I'm not sure about the EXP bar, but it's true for next. You can kill next, it doesn't drop anything. I'm not sure if this is only a solo, duo, maybe trio, Maybe if you have more people here, it will work, but I'm pretty sure it's not like that. It seems unlikely that there would be a bug specifically to small teams. It's more likely that it's just nobody is able to get it. And hopefully this is fixing. I mean, there was Mod Reach right there watching us, but I think towards the end he was like, "What the hell? How do you kill next in like under 5 minutes?" But anyway, about next, I don't think they changed the stats on next. I think it's the same as the live game, but I think the only difference is that we have higher defense than before. So they might have to buff up next. And the ultimate ability unload is just so overpowered right now on next just because it deals a percentage and it hits fairly often. And I gotta have like two ultimates on my spec bar just because my spec restores way too fast. Anyway, so this is actually done pretty late. I probably will be going to sleep after I upload this. And I'll be trying to do a next solo. I almost got it. Like with the Steel Titan, it just racks through Reavers even though it hits just about the same on next. And I just can't like the Dread Nips. It's still on the same inventory screen. It's so annoying. But anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.